The AP poll is out heading into rivalry week, and all eyes are on Columbus and in Ann Arbor because it is hate week. We're asking the big question, is this the greatest rivalry in all of sports? We will share our favorite memories from the game, break down whether the rushing battle will decide Saturday's game, and more. Additionally, injuries, huge topic of discussion. Both teams with some key guys nicked up. We'll talk about who's banged up and whether either team can get derailed by health concerns late. And of course, Q's got his thoughts from Saturday and all that good stuff. Make sure you like and subscribe. This is the Buckeye Roast with Ron and Q right here on Dead Air Sports.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are back for another episode of the Buckeye Roast. It's your boy Ron James here with my guy QP Ski. Q, how you doing?
Surviving, trying to survive the internet wave, but yeah, I'm doing all right. We got this far, but yeah, I'm good, man. Good weekend. If you saw the pre-show, we talked about some tires getting flattened, all that good stuff. Tire guys love to see me and Ron coming, but other than that, I'm good. Ron, how are you?
We spent too much time hanging out with Chris Drew. We spent an entire pre-show talking about tires like we're the ones from Akron, but we are not. Q, this is our third attempt at recording today's show, so fingers crossed this goes better than the other two attempts. So, yeah, it's officially hate week, Q. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm waiting for this day for what was the number? Go ahead.
Yeah, Q. So, I mean, this is our third time recording the show now. We made it the furthest attempt. We made it 7 minutes into the show before having to restart. So Q knows what the stat of the day is. The stat was a number. Q always loves the shows where I don't have a real topic or anything to start with. I just throw a random number at him. Today, the number was 2,186. And those of you masochists around here that have been sticking with us for all of these years probably are able to figure out what that number represents. Q, third time's a charm. What is it?
If I get it right this time. No, I'm just kidding. Number of days since we beat Michigan.
It's a disgusting number, Q.
That's a lot, man. It's a ton, and it feels like we go through this every year. We're like, oh, it's finally due, and it should. I mean, this really started when we started doing content together. So it's been a long time coming. Is the Chris Drew curse finally over? Can we break it? I'm just gonna put it on him because I ain't put it on us.
Q, this is literally our lone victory over Michigan in 4 years.
And the last thing. I watched TJ's show last night, Johnny, and TJ was going on and on and on about, it's like they knew our signals. It's like they were coming right at us, like they knew what we were doing. And I paused, and everybody thinks I'm crazy.
That's not good.
But why is Chase Herbstreit on the team? I mean, you can't sign steal anymore. They use the radio. You can't steal that. And the catapult thing, the cloud sharing with the practice videos that OSU tapped into, but that story went away. That just disappeared. That catapult thing's gone now as well. So how else is Ryan Day going to cheat? I know. Let's put Herbstreit's boy on the team. What's he doing there? He's not going to play. He's never going to see the grass. They'll put Warren in before they put in Herbstreit. What, in education? Go to Northwestern. Go to MIT. Why is he at Michigan? Why?
That is a good question.
Why? What's he there for? It's not an education. He ain't playing ball. So what is he there for? And then you look at the Oklahoma game and you look at the Southern Cal game. TJ's right. It's like they knew what we were doing. It's like, oh, okay. So maybe I am crazy, conspiracy theory. But yesterday.
It's the only win we have. That's all we have. In 4 years of misery, losing to this team, it's the only moment we have.
You put that on because you know it's going to make me laugh.
Absolutely, Q. And I also have pictures from our own spy here at Dead Air Sports. Emily got us some shots from the field on Saturday. You see the Stiles family celebrating Senior Day. Big shout out to Emily for sending over these pictures. You see Sonny and Lorenzo there. Also a shot of Caleb Downs. I'm pretty sure she was standing right behind him when she took this picture.
Yeah, I'm like, what camera is this? Like, either that or she's standing right there.
Absolutely. Q, we have a show to get into now. This is like our 5th time doing this. I got lost. I thought we already played the music. That's because we've played the music twice, but I don't think we have yet on this episode. Am I correct there?
Then I think you're solid. So play the song and let's jump into it.
The hell is a podcast? I mean, why don't you just tape it? What are you doing?
You don't have to tape it these days, Frank. You just record it right onto the computer.
Dead air.
Okay, so we just hit 4.1K, and I'm like running out of things to say. You guys have me record one of these every day, which is awesome. I love recording one of these every day. 4.1 thousand subscribers is amazing. Continue to like and sub and share. Every like, share, comment, all that helps us continue to grow. This was a project out of ambition, out of creativity, and out of, honestly, like us wanting to like do more and like interject ourselves into the creative space even more so. So again, thank you for 4,100 subs. Every like, every comment, all of that helps us immensely. I do want to get back to Ron and Q.
Q, big news. We are actually almost at 4,300 subscribers. We set the goal of 5,000 subscribers by the Michigan game. We are 700 away. We are doing about 100 a day. A little bit off pace. So if you're listening right now, we've done the math on this. We have a stats guy. 50% of the people watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. We do, on good days, around 2,000 views. Half of you subscribe. Q, no mathematician, but I think we would hit our goal.
Yeah, we need them all. We need them all for this week. All good luck doing this week. So hit that sub button. Greatly appreciate everybody who's subbed to the channel. Obviously, those numbers are running up. I actually got to see what Chris Drew said this time because last time I have no idea what he just said. But it's running a little better. Fingers crossed. So yeah, hit that sub button. Greatly appreciate everybody. And again, it's the week, man. Got to outcompete Michigan and everything. So we're gonna outgrow them this week. Then we're gonna beat them on Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you hate Michigan, go ahead and like the video right now and subscribe to the channel to show us how much you dislike Michigan. Q, a big shout out to our community, Emily, providing us pictures from the game. Posh had me on her show on Sunday, was honored to join the show. Her and Minnie on the Voice of College Football channel got to chop it up with Chris Drew. Gary on Conley made an appearance on the show. Johnny Olden Jr. was on there. So a fun time there. So big shout out to Posh for inviting me on the show.
Yeah, man, she's doing a great job. I'm waiting for that invite. My DMs just sounds like win. There's nothing in there. So, not hard.
You open up those DMs looking for an invite and a StreamYard link, and you just see the tumbleweed just go across the screen.
She does send me the links to her show, so she's doing a great job. Awesome job, Posh.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Posh. Q, we got a new AP poll, and we already did a whole segment on this, but we're going to try this again. No surprises here. The Buckeyes are still at number 1, but we see Q, my forever frustration with the AP poll. Why even play the games if you're not going to rank teams who beat the other ones ahead of them? I know the argument for Notre Dame, Miami is, oh man, they played week 1 and these teams have done so much since. Correct me if I'm wrong, Q. Pitt and Georgia Tech played this past weekend. No?
They did, but in caveat, Ron, I didn't defend this last time, but they just said, look, their coach said last week they lose 110-3. It's okay.
Dude, they won by double. They won by 2 touchdowns. Like, how do you beat a team by 2 touchdowns? And then, like, think about the disrespect. If you're a Pitt fan, if you're Pat Narduzzi and you're a big bozo, and you're looking at these rankings and you see, okay, the team that I beat last week by 14 is still ranked ahead of me, and then ahead of them is 3 G5 schools. No respect.
He lost all respect with that Notre Dame press conference. If he didn't say that, I think he'd be 19 right now. or he'd be 20.
Yeah, you can't take Pat Narduzzi serious, and it doesn't seem like the AP poll is either, being that they have them still ranked behind a team that they just beat. Q, we started to get into this before your internet shut out. My biggest frustration with this poll is that I feel like this team will not go away. Every time I look up, they're back in my face. Vanderbilt at number 12. Q, I saw his mother hanging over the railing doing the Heisman pose during the game. I am so done with this family, Q. I cannot do it. Will someone please do me a favor and knock them out of the playoffs so I don't have to see Diego Pavia and his family anymore?
There's still one more week out there. Yeah, funny enough, and then people know we obviously didn't have a couple shows last week. Ron, you got sick, and then I got sick of being out too late. So we missed a couple of shows that week, but it was funny.
Q is a soft canceller of shows. Q's way of canceling a show is, hey, can we record in the morning and go live, knowing damn well he's not waking up to record a live show. So he like soft cancels the night of actually recording and then doesn't wake up the next day to record.
See, the thing was, and this is definitely a pre-show conversation, but I went to a Friendsgiving for the first time with people I've been cool with, but I've never like hung out with in that setting. And I walk in and like I didn't work Friday. And it's just a table of alcohol. And it's just like, oh, well, who wants shots? And let's play some games. And then let's go out after and like, oh, we can keep the night going. We don't work tomorrow. Let's just go out and hang out for a little bit. So I'm just like, yeah, Ron, I'd go later. You know, if it's too late, I do the morning. Next thing I know, it's like 2 a.m. and my memory went there until the morning. And I was like, pretty sure I missed that live show.
You did indeed, but we are back here. Q, I'm looking at this top 12, and admittedly, I know nothing about Texas Tech.
No.
Is this a team that I should be worried about?
I mean, they caught the Jekyll and Hyde, which is Arizona State. We've seen that all year. I mean, they've either been really good or not so good. So they did catch them, but I mean, really outside of that, I don't think we're gonna know. It's really a lot of these teams we're not going to know a lot about until we start playing each other. I mean, people say about Ohio State because of their schedule. I think we're going to find out definitely something this week, but actually the next couple of weeks, actually. But there's a lot of these teams you don't know much about. Texas Tech is definitely one of them.
Texas Tech, you are a big fan. I have to cut you off here, Q, because you are a big Utah defender, and I'm looking at this Texas Tech schedule, and they beat Utah handily, and they just beat BYU, a top 10 team. I mean, resume-wise, not that bad. Like, this is one of the few teams where you look at it and it's like, well, who have they played? Actual teams.
Yeah, if you believe the Big 12 rankings, I mean, they have. I mean, I think they're going to be a good team. And the thing too is, and this is what I was alluding to last week. What happened? I don't think we know much about these SEC teams. So if they match up with these SEC teams in the first round, I mean, it's really a toss-up. Like, I sent you a video last week, and it was about them talking about, like, Notre Dame. And they said, well, Notre Dame doesn't play the gauntlet week to week that these SEC teams do, or Alabama, so why are they ranked ahead of them? And we'll talk about it tomorrow, but I have a complete breakdown on the SEC gauntlet and how ridiculous it is, especially this year. So we'll stay tuned to that one tomorrow. But there's a lot of these teams you look at, and you're like, I don't know. So Texas Tech, BYU seems to be in the running right now to have that spot. If Utah won't get it, we don't know how they're going to look when they go to play these teams in the SEC, because I think it's just a pretty mediocre year for college football as far as great teams, maybe besides Ohio State and Indiana, and we still don't know about Texas A&M because they ain't played nobody. So, I mean, I think Texas Tech definitely has a chance. I mean, that's one of the games I think the nation will be looking forward to that first week of playoffs.
Q, you know how I feel about teams that lose to South Carolina, Arkansas, Mississippi State, any of those teams. I look at them sideways like, how dare Florida State. Arizona State is right in your backyard. It is one of the teams that you are actually familiar with, one of the few teams outside of the sport outside of Ohio State that you watch regularly. How how skeptical should I be of this Texas Tech team given their loss to Arizona State, a team that you're not very high?
I mean, I say I've seen it again. It's been Jekyll and Hyde with Arizona State. Again, I think they just called it a day. I mean, obviously Levesque came out, he played well. Maybe the last time we really see him, because especially he's a number one quarterback transfer who's going to get paid, which I still don't see. And I checked his completion percentage been 60% since he's gotten to Arizona State. So I still don't see it. But he balled out. Like they had a good games, good home crowd. They caught the perfect atmosphere to beat them, especially coming off. They probably looked at them like, got blasted by Utah last week. Like, we're gonna go beat these dudes by 30, and they show up into a ball game. So, I mean, I'll say everyone gets one. I mean, we've seen Texas A&M have a 2-point game against Arkansas. Like, we've seen these teams all have bad weeks except Ohio State and really Indiana. I guess Penn State, they've had one, but Penn State has pro talent, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that. But really, I mean, we've seen every team have a week like that. So Texas Tech losing to Arizona State, which is a tough place to play. I've been there, and it's loud. The crowd gets into it, so it's a really good atmosphere. I can forgive that, but I mean, again, I outside of that, I mean, they blew out BYU. They've handled Utah. Like, they've done everything outside of a one-off to say that they deserve that spot, and they're pushing contender. So we really won't know until that first week.
When you look at Texas Tech at 7 and how they handled BYU, are you more inclined to lean towards everything in the Big 12 is fraudulent and Arizona State exposed that and neither one of these teams deserve to be playoff teams? Or do you think that the Big 12 is one of the better conferences and deserve to have potentially 2 teams in the playoff?
I think they deserve to have 2 teams. I mean, we talk about the year. It's been a down year across college football as far as great teams go. I think the Big 12 has played solid football. I mean, Utah has been one of the bars of consistency, not at the level of Ohio State of high consistency, but I think we look in year out and say Utah's been a solid team, and they're third in the Big 12 right now. So, and they're at least playing solid football. So, I mean, you feel like these teams have a chance. Again, I still am skeptical of BYU. I thought Utah should have beat them. But I think Texas Tech, their flip just happened really fast. Now, I don't know. They could go get exposed. But given what we value, how bad the ACC is right now, I'd say you look at the Big 12, you say, yeah, they deserve at least 2 teams. I would give them more teams than I would give the ACC right now.
Hugh, my last question that I wanted to ask you about this AP poll. We've heard the committee talk about how they handle injuries, and we watch your Florida State Seminoles be left out of the playoffs because of your quarterback getting hurt. How does the committee view a head coach quitting on the team before a playoff run?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, they really have shown, like, if they don't believe that team is going to go there and perform, they're like, we're not. But also, too, that was a 14 playoff, so give it a little bit. But, I mean, they have shown they will cut a team if they don't think they're going to play well.
Right? Why are you stealing the context that some angry person watching would be yelling at me in the comments? How dare you? Just let it ride. Just let it ride, Q. We didn't need the context. Someone would have yelled it at me in the comments.
Just saying, I wouldn't. For the stuff we've seen in the college football playoff era, and again, we're only the second year of the 12-team playoff, I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, even Ohio State has got the benefit of the doubt where they were, what was it, that 1 year where they were like TCU and who else was it from the Big 12? Was it TCU and Baylor? And they were like, I think they might get washed. They go play Alabama. Let's just put Ohio State in there. They've been good all season, but I don't know. So we've gotten the benefit of the doubt with that. So I'll say, like, I have seen stranger things in the show and in college football, and I would say I don't know what the committee is going to do, but something you have to think about.
Fun fact, never seen the show.
What? Come on, man. Play commercial, man. I need a break after that.
Okay, so we just hit 4.1K, and I'm like running out of things to say. You guys have me record one of these every day, which is awesome. I love recording one of these every day. 4.1 thousand subscribers is amazing. Continue to like and sub and share. Every like, share, comment, all that helps us continue to grow. This was a project out of ambition, out of creativity, and out of, honestly, like, us wanting to like do more and like interject ourselves into the creative space even more so. So again, thank you for 4,100 subs. Every like, every comment, all of that helps us immensely. I do want to get back to Ron and Q.
The hell is a podcast? I mean, why don't you just tape it? What are you doing?
You don't have to tape it these days, Frank. You just record it right onto the computer.
Dead air.
The second the clock hits 0 in the Buckeyes game against Rutgers, it officially became Michigan week. I think there were people ready to declare it Michigan week at halftime. A wonky start. The Buckeyes get a 42-9 win over Rutgers, but you know how these Mondays show goes. We really don't talk about the game immediately, especially because Chris Drew and I recapped it on Bleacher Report on Sunday. So if you want our instant reaction, be sure to tune into that. You can find that right here on Dead Air Sports. And we get Q's thoughts at the end of the episode. But Q, it wouldn't be right to talk about a win over Rutgers by 35 points when it's hate week. And we have to talk about the rivalry. And Q, so we have been a part of we'll make fun of our fandoms because we have so many different teams, but our teams are a part of some special rivalries in sports. You being a Ravens fan, me being a Steelers fan, me being a fan, which makes me part of the probably great rivalry in basketball. But I wanted to take a look at the greatest rivalries in American sports. Q, your thoughts on this list?
I mean, one, be biased. I definitely think Ohio State, Michigan should be one. Also, two, Maryland, Duke should be up there, but Duke be ducking the smoke. So I just want to put that out there before we get through this episode. They won't play us because they are scared. Now, looking on,
what conference were they in before?
I'm just. It has nothing to do.
We've
seen plenty of teams in different conferences play every year. That's all I'm saying. ACC wasn't shelling out no bread, and that's why their football teams suck. Okay, now anyway.
All right, as Ravens and Steelers fans, like I'm looking, there's 2 NFL rivalries on here, and no Ravens Steelers, really?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised it's Cowboys Eagles and not Cowboys Redskins. I mean, I don't know how.
Probably because that rivalry doesn't exist anymore.
Well, okay, Cowboys Commanders. I don't know how
it's canceled.
I don't know how that's not higher than Cowboys Eagles, but feel free to let me know in the comments. But yeah, I wish the Ravens Steelers were up there. I mean, it's clearly missing. I think that's a really good rivalry in sports. But I'm looking at this list. I mean, I don't know the baseball ones. I don't know the hockey ones, so I can't talk about those. But I mean, they have the notable ones up here. I move Ohio State a little higher. I think the Yankees and Red Sox play 1 billion times a year. It is a good rivalry, but again, they play so much that I feel like it should not be at number 1.
You can't have a rivalry that you play 9 times a year.
Yeah, like they played playoffs, cool, but it's like you played 15 times before that.
Yeah, I'm less familiar with the baseball rivalries. Let us know in the chat, who are your top 3? Q, I'm looking at this. What are your top 3 in American sports?
I mean, definitely go Ohio State, Michigan. I think Duke, North Carolina is definitely up there. 3 would be those are usually my top 2. Maybe I don't know. I had to think about my third one that I put at the top of American sports. So I'll let you give your 3, and I'll think of my third.
I guess my bias is coming out here because obviously my top 2 are the same as yours, and like having been a part of both of those rivalries, it just feels. There is a level of and just maybe because I'm further away from the Duke North Carolina rivalry, that is a very in-state type of rivalry that like when you're in that state you can feel it a little more, but like the hate around Ohio State, Michigan just feels different. I feel like there's a different type of like there is a slight respect for the programs, but there's still like they won't acknowledge it. I feel like the respect for each other in the Duke North Carolina rivalry is more tame, I guess. And especially after the whole Coach K North Carolina thing, I feel like that kind of poured a little bit of water on on the rivalry. There's just a different level of animosity around Ohio State, Michigan that I feel like isn't around any of these other ones, that I feel like it's almost in a league of its own. And again, my bias, I'm going with Alabama Auburn. Like, poisoned a tree.
Yeah, they've been so crazy. It feels like, and too, I would be okay with putting that up there, but it just feels like when we started watching college football, just for me, like when Nick Saban really came in, because I didn't pay much attention to Alabama before that. Like, it hasn't been a rivalry. They've mopped the floor with them outside of like a couple times. So it's really been. I mean, I had a couple years in there that had really good games, but it felt more so one side, especially lately, because Auburn fell off a cliff. Jesus Christ. So. I mean, I could say definitely with historical periods. I think definitely if you talk about Lakers and Celtics, definitely up there. I mean, I grew up right in the no longer the Redskins, the Commanders and Cowboys rivalry. So like I grew up like right near DC. So like that one, I probably would have to take third just because I grew up around it, and I know. And it's so funny too. Like Ron, you would not believe the amount of Cowboy fans there are in DC. Never gone to Texas, like probably never seen a game actually in the Dallas stadium. But like I feel like you get Redskins pushed so much, some people are like, man, I hate this team. Like I want to see them fail. It's honestly the funniest thing. It's almost like at times it feels like a 50-50 split of like, how is there so many Cowboys fans here? It's actually hilarious. So I will throw that one in there, even though they didn't make the top 10 for some reason. But I feel like if Auburn gets better, but I'm with you. The fanhood around that game, like what have we heard? We heard people shoot each other after the game, like murders committed after the game, like the poison of the trees, like that documentary was just so insightful of like how crazy, and we know how crazy SEC fans are, so how crazy it gets that, I mean, I think the fans have been carrying that one more off the field than it's been pushed on the field, but obviously they've had some great games.
If the Buckeyes lose on Saturday, you would absolutely have to add Ryan Day versus the Lunatic Fringe as one of the greatest rivalries in American sports.
Yeah, they'll try to kill. We're hoping. We got faith in Day. We've given up on him a few times, but he's won us back over. So Ryan, this is your last step through. Just hop over this period, and then we can continue to move forward and not be as crazy. Because if he loses again on Saturday, they will get crazy. I would say that.
Absolutely. I was hesitant there because I was just waiting for you to gain composure before you said something that was going to make me have to edit the show. It was on the tip of your tongue there, and I'm like, please grow up. It's our third year. It's 2 a.m. I don't feel like editing. Q, I wanted to pivot towards something more specific to the game. We've been doing this rewatch series where we watch games and react to prior Ohio State Michigan games, and had to go into the archives to find some wins. Womp womp. But Chris did the 2019 game. He did the 2014 game. Tyler did the 2006 game. Chris and I did 2017. I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite moment from the game in your fandom?
That's a great question. I mean, there's just so many. I think definitely, what was it, the game of the century 2006, especially because it was played at 3:30 instead of noon, and it kind of like half in the day, half of the night. Obviously, Troy Smith, Ted Gings, my favorite Buckeye, really of all time. So seeing those guys ball out, and just that hype of Michigan was too, and they were coming in, and honestly, the game lived up to the hype. So that might be my favorite memory. I mean, if you just go like light bulb moments, I forget who it was, but whoever when we got the fight against Michigan, where who was it that got kicked out? Where Braxton Miller got fighting, but they didn't see him, and who was it that returned a kick? The wide receiver. He's on the tip of my tongue. You know who I'm talking about.
No, I wasn't listening. I was going through tabs.
Well, everybody knows when the dude gave the double bird. I forget the player's name, but he gave the double bird to the Michigan fans. I believe it was 2000.
The lineman. I don't know why you said the wide receiver.
No. Dontre. What's his name? Dontre Wilson. When Dontre Wilson got kicked out, I couldn't think of his name.
I thought you were talking. No, Marcus Hall was the.
He was the one who gave the double bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he gave the double bird. That's one of my favorite ones. Like, it was all in that same moment. Players got kicked out. He gave a double bird to the Michigan fans. He walked off, which was absolutely hilarious. So that's, I mean, just lightning bolt moment. That's one of my favorite to happen in the game. But I mean, there's a ton, man. But 2006 probably my favorite game.
Yeah, I picked 2017 for a reason. I was in the stadium for the birth of Dwayne Haskins, legend at Ohio State, him coming in and winning that game after JT went down. Ryan Day's first game coaching in the game. So, yeah, just overall a fun game and an awesome moment for Dwayne to have and be able to come in and shock all of the Michigan fan base. The Buckeyes were down when he came in, and then leads the Buckeyes to victory. Spoiler alert. So if you want to take part in that rewatch, Chris and I will be dropping that later tonight. So be sure to keep an eye out for that.
Real quick. Yeah, I always love that. You remember that year Michigan had the prime special where they followed them through the year, and just seeing it when JT Barrett got hurt, they're like, who's coming in? 7? Oh, yeah, we're about to light him up. And then he goes in and absolutely destroys Michigan. They're like, we never want to see that guy again. So
absolutely. Chris and I talked about that on the show. We were cracking up because the Amazon Prime film crew, and they also had the reaction in the press box when John O'Corn throws the interception to ice that game.
I'll say great. Another great game, man. But yeah, there's so many great memories. But put yours in the comments. Talk about it, let us know.
Q, I feel like each year we rehash the same topics when we're talking about this game, and I figured we get a lot of them out on day one of Hate Week. And it feels like the narrative of every game is the team that rushes for more yards wins the game. And while that may be true this year, how important do you think winning that battle is on Saturday for the Buckeyes to win?
I don't think it's that important. I think the running game, especially the running game this season, has not lit up scoreboards. I think it has gotten better throughout the season. I thought it looked really good on Saturday, just in my opinion. But at sometimes the guy was waiting in the backfield for the handoff, so we'll say that. But I thought it looked better on Saturday, and Bo Jackson ran really well. I will say with this kind of shift into a more of a passing offense, especially with Julian Sand back there, I don't think it's as important. I think you need to keep Michigan honest and not have people like eight back and 3 rushing the passer because you know just going to throw every down. But I don't think it's as important. I think Ryan Day at times has got mentally into that where he saw last season, he was like, they got 2 first-round D tackles, right? HB dive. Let's go test those guys and not throw to Jeremiah Smith out there. So I think he's maybe gotten too much into that and this physicality thing, but I don't think it's as important as it has been most years. I mean, obviously under Urban, you were going to outrush them, and that's how he was going to win. Ryan Day, more passing offense. Him and Hartline, I'm like, shoot. As soon as the ball kick off, air it out. Jeremiah Smith back, Cardinal Tate back, let it all loose. So that's what I'm on for Saturday. So I'm saying it's not as important as it usually is.
Yeah, it's not something that I'm buying into, and I don't think that Ryan Day is going to buy into it this year. I feel like they've duped Ryan Day into trying to drag this game into mud and playing and having a rock fight on the 3rd Saturday in November, and I don't think Ryan Day is going to fall for it this game. I think the offense is going to try to find a way to air it out and open things up, especially if the wide receivers are healthy. And if the Buckeyes end up rushing for more yards and get the win, cool, but I don't think that needs to be the focal point going into this game of, hey, if you happen to fall into rushing for more yards because you're having success and that's what the game ends up dictating, fine, but don't go in there and try to pound your head against the wall like you're Cam Scatterboot.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree. I think the whole physicality thing, your defense will speak for you. That's how they played all year. Go ahead and try to run into those guys and then see what happens. But I think your defense will speak for you. Like, no one's going to come in and be like, this is a soft team with the way that defense is playing.
I wanted to ask you about the injury situation. Chris Drew talked about it on the intro. The Buckeyes obviously dealing with injuries at wide receiver and also with Lorenzo Stiles getting banged up on Saturday. the Wolverines dealing with injuries at running back. Jordan Marshall banged up with a shoulder injury. Justice Haynes obviously out. Q, how much do you think injuries are going to play a factor in this game on Saturday?
I think it's for Michigan. I think it's a little more important. I mean, obviously the running game has been their calling card. If they're not able to run effectively, which I don't know, even with Jordan Marshall healthy, they'll be able to run effectively against this defense. I think their calling card has been to stop the run, especially with this defensive line. So, yeah, I think it's be important for them. If they can't run the ball successfully, it's going to be a longer day. And again, we've watched the secondary week after week, unless, I don't know, a couple pros come out and sneak into Michigan uniforms. It's like no one's been able to get open against these guys, and they may get a dime every now and then, but it's been tough sledding. So, I mean, usually we forget they're playing. We're like, oh, yeah, forgot Nick Benosin is out there. So, yeah, I think it's really important for them, for Ohio State. Excuse me. For Ohio State, I think without Jeremiah Smith and Cardinal Tate, it makes the game a lot tougher because that is your best asset, but I think they will play on Saturday. So I think having those guys in is going to be very important. All systems look like we should be good. I mean, Ryan Day doesn't tell us about injuries, but I think the feeling in the fan base is we should be okay, and they should be suiting up for Saturday. But, again, this week, I don't think we saw much. I thought they were going to be like, oh, this is a chance for the backup receivers to go out there and really ball out. It was just a Max Clare game. So I don't know if that would necessarily work on Saturday, but I think it's very important for their health. If not, guys really going to have to show up on Saturday for Ohio State. So I think it's important for both teams. I would say I think Ohio State can maybe muddy it up a little bit and go out there and get a win, especially the way with this defense is playing. If Michigan can't run the ball on Saturday, I'd be worried. If I'm Michigan, I won't be worried, but if I was them, I would be worried.
Juck made a great point that if the Buckeyes were overly concerned about not having their wide receivers, they would have probably made a more conscious effort to get the wide receivers involved that they thought might be playing in this game. Interesting theory. On this channel, we're going to be operating under the assumption that everyone's going to be healthy and playing because there's no point to speculate and play doctor or do hypotheticals that have no rewatchability, speculating on injuries. This will be the one and only episode that we discuss injuries. This week, we will no longer be discussing Cardinal Tate or Jeremiah Smith. If they play, they play. Same with Jordan Marshall. I'm not a doctor. I'm not in their locker room. We have no control. You have a mute button. So yeah, completely out of our control. Clearly not. Still no mute button. So yeah, my whole thing is there's no point for us to speculate about this. I think they're going to play. If they don't, we'll see what happens on Saturday, but until then, we're just going to have to wait and see. Mr. Found his cough button. Are you ready to give your thoughts from Rutgers?
I couldn't get it out, and I have a mute button on my mic, so I hit that one, and clearly that didn't work. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're going for the world record of breaking Cam's most coughs into a mic that he did on Buckeye BS, and you're 4 in this episode, and anyone that's tuned out at this point, I'm sure.
This usually works. It didn't this time, so my bad on that one. Not trying to go for the record.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, I'm glad you're good. Do you want to tell the people your thoughts from Rutgers before you croak over there?
Yeah, I mean, I thought on defense it was business as usual. Again, it's hard to come in and criticize this defense. I mean, I was Lorenzo Stiles going out. I'm a little concerned because they use him to do so much on defense, but I will say, I mean, defense balled out. I mean, Caden Curry, you know, he saw my guess last week and he was like, all right, my fault, dog. I got you this week. So he played really well. Offensively, it was the Max Clare game. I thought Bo Jackson played really well. The way he ran the ball was extremely efficient. He was finding the hole, and I'm looking from the sky, and I'm like, hey, how's he seeing this? Because obviously I'm watching on TV. So thought he ran the ball really well. But yeah, it was the Max Clare game. Not a lot of production from the other receivers, so didn't see much of that. I mean, David Adolph. I got another one. There we go. David Adolph, I thought he had some good moments in there. Obviously, senior day. But, yeah, overall, solid Buckeye performance.
Yeah, I thought the Buckeyes went out there. It was I feel like every recap that I watch, everyone started off the show calling it a weird game. And I thought, I mean, that's really the only way to describe it. It wasn't sexy. It was never really in doubt, but it wasn't a fun watch per se. You watch the defense go out there and dominate. Caden Curry goes out there, adds 2 sacks. Caleb Downs gets his first career solo sack, so cool moment for him. Bo Jackson, 400-yard game out of the last 5, adds 2 touchdowns. James Peoples, again, explosive run. Finding ways to contribute here towards the end of the year, and just knowing that you have some confidence, and all 4 backs have shown at various points throughout the season that they're capable of playing with all the questions that they've had about the run game coming in or throughout the season. I mean, 11 games into the season now, it's feel like we're almost over. Some of these guys have already played their last game in the shoe if the Buckeyes win on Saturday and don't find a way to blow this first round bye. But yeah, man, overall, the Buckeyes went out there and handled business. You'd like them to come out of that game with a clean bill of health. You see Lorenzo Stiles get banged up. Prayers up to him. Hopefully he's ready to go for Michigan, or at least for at some point at the regular season. We've harped on it many times around here about the value that we think Lorenzo adds to this team. So that's a guy that we're going to want to see healthy for the team up north. But Hugh, that's all I have for day 1 of Hate Week. Give us a big old cough here before we get out of here.
Yeah. Not trying to do that, but yeah, man, basically agree with you. I think the game was a little slow because Bo Jackson fumbled going across the goal line, but that didn't help. But that's still 42-9 to win. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is what we thought. We didn't talk much about Rutgers last week, and that's kind of what we thought was going to happen. But it's not really.
We only did 3 episodes last week. Didn't have much time to talk about.
That is true, but it kind of went how we thought it was. But yeah, man, officially Michigan week. Got to figure out where I'm going to watch the game on Saturday, so I'm going to figure that part out. But, man, I'm looking forward to it. This is the time where people who never talk college football, and y'all know you're Buckeye fans, will show up if you lose this game. Be like, how'd the game go on Saturday? Like, you haven't texted me all year. Literally, we're in week 12 now, and now you want to hit me up. So, hoping they break the curse, but yeah, man, good week. Can't wait to talk about it. We had a lot of stuff to break into, and again, watch the rewatches. We were rewatching some games over the years. Ron had yours is dropping tonight. I have one coming up this week. Chris Drew has a couple out already. So, yeah, make sure you watch those and check them out.
Yeah, be sure to tune into those. And yeah, and if you want to watch us live during the game on Saturday, Chris Drew and I will be doing a watch party in person on Saturday. So be sure to tune into that for a watch along, a second screen experience during the game. Michigan fans, be sure to tune in. You guys have enjoyed the past 4. Hopefully this one is a little less enjoyable for you guys this time around. Q, that's all I have. Let the people know where they can find you.
One more thing before we get out of here. I have a boy that one of my friends from high school who lived here, and we watched a game together the past couple years, and we lost both of those. So he has moved. So maybe the curse is broken. We will not be watching the game together on Saturday. Let's see if we can get it done. That's all for us. I want to throw that in there. City Boy Quit on Twitter. Flyden Johnson on Instagram. Must play here Monday through Friday on the Buckeye Roast on the Dead Air Sports Network. So make sure to hit that like button. Again, we are chasing, 5K by the end of the week, 100 a day. So go ahead and run it up. Help us out. Greatly appreciate that. Ron, where can they find you at?
If you want to find me, you can find me right here on the Dead Air Sports platform for the Buckeye Roast here Monday through Friday here with my guy Q here at 10 a.m. every day. You can catch me in the Bleacher Report app for instant reactions after every Ohio State game with Chris Drew. And you can catch me on Twitter at 2Ts. It's 2_TEES. Q, you know how this thing ends. It's always go Bucks. And of course, OH.
IO.
Yeah.
When I hit the scene, everybody know me. 40 tuck in my skinny jeans. I'm so fucking low key. All hundreds, finna go get some cream. This another show week. It's a show week. Out the 7 days, I gotta pick up 40. Mama told me, baby, get you some sleep. Gotta turn down, move slow, please. I go home, rock my son to sleep. Gotta stay awake, get more of these. Nigga, you mad cause you ain't getting no cheese. Whole hood charge you whole fee. Sometimes there's no one to watch over me. Too broke, can't get close to me. Send an op, say hello to me. Never respect when approaching me. And don't act like you don't know it's me. Know that bitch somewhere close to me. And I ain't got no reason beyond that. You the one avenge your homie, even though I really be on that. Beat a nigga up if you want that. You can't even buy a whole lunch, Jack. Better get a clock and punch that. Used to run my hood like a rug rat. We went to war with one guy. Ain't lying, we'll go, they come back. All on defense, we bust back. So they want me whack. 100 shots out the back of the lag. I spit that shit that you get high to and make you want clap after that. Then drop some shit that make you contemplate on it after the fact. Rap about the shit you living, nigga, what happened to that? I don't give a fuck about the rap game no more, nigga, I'm after the check. I ain't with a rap beef, nigga say my name once, I'm after his neck. Reach for 150, I'm